Today, I'm going to be getting the Platinum Trophy inside of Dying Light, a open-world zombie horror game with lots of parkour, so it doesn't feel dry like your mom. The game contains 51 trophies and takes an average time of 50 hours to do. Many trophies within are very annoying and tedious to attain. I spent 6 hours trying to get one single trophy, and it was a bronze trophy. So basically, I am on the watch list now. I accidentally deleted my first recordings of this game since I was tripping balls, but the intro was mostly just a tutorial where you learn the game and get some storyline lore. I got 5 trophies within this recording, and the story so far, we have found out that the player we play as, Kyle Crane, is basically a spy from the GRE, which is a totally corrupt health organization. Sounds familiar. Anyways, he has been sent to Haran, which is like ground zero for the zombie infection, to retrieve a file that has the cure on it. The good guys are all in this one tower, led by an Australian named Brecken and his side hoe Jane. Jane has a brother, but he's not important. And the bad guys are all led by Reyes, the evil warlord who basically kills anyone he can. And right now, we are suckling his titties and doing chores for him so we can get this medicine to help cure the infections, which I also have. He gives us another chore to do, and this time we basically just run around scamming a ton of poor civilians who are probably going to die anyway. This reminds me of the American tax system where they just take all your earnings so the people in charge can buy a new Corvette. I ended up in the darkness, and if Michael Jackson was back there, you wouldn't even see him before he touched another kid. I did get a trophy for unlocking crates though, while us undergoing major PTSD. We continued to scam civilians until we needed to get a file from a bunch of dead soldiers, which was conveniently placed right in front of some crazy dude with a gun atop of a gas station. And this is honestly one of the hardest areas in the game if you're trying to kill him. You could get past him and just yoink the file and run for your life, but if you want to get the platinum trophy, you need to capture the safe house also. So I tried to kill him in every way possible, but for the life of me, I just could not do it. I ended up having to look up a strategy on how to, and once I knew what to do, I felt like an idiot because it's not really that hard after all. All you do is go above him on the mountain nearby and throw a Molotov while it's clenching your ass cheeks together with all your hopes and dreams. Now that is the key part right there. I did get rewarded with a picture of boobies though, so I felt pretty happy after all. I returned all the stuff to Reyes, and his whole personality is basically just craziness. Like, he talks in monologues about way too philosophical things and then shoots someone for dramatic effect. But little does he know, I've actually watched Two Girls, One Cup, so nothing can scare me anymore. Since he didn't want to really help us because he loves abusing his power over men, which if you ask me, is kind of sus. Me and Jade go and try to rob a school for Antizin, which is the cure thingy we need. After lots of combat with guns in a school, you'd think we were in America, but we aren't. Eventually finding the basement and a super good looking crate of supplies. But shocker, there isn't any meds in it, but instead a ton of explosives which go boom boom. Before we use the boom boom, I decided to go do some side quests because I was getting bored of the main story, and you have to complete every side quest in this game anyway. The first one I did was this hilarious side quest with some dude who was like ultra military enthusiast, and you have to address him as the commander and stuff like that. He has us turn back on the gas in the city so he can use fire to defend his house, which was apparently an amazing idea to him, but it actually ends up completely blowing up in his face, and I actually don't think his face is even there anymore. On another side quest, I had to climb up to the top of this bridge in this game, which was actually AIDS, and I think I'm gonna go get tested for that after this game's platinum trophy because it was so bad. Anyways, I collected these light bulbs and then just tried to kill myself, but I somehow survived and got a trophy for being a superior athletic force on the court. And now it's finally time to do boom boom, and Jade's brother Raheem is the pioneer in this new field of explosive terrorism we are walking into. However, the poor lad is injured and makes us do all the terrorism for him. I swear to God, if this goes to court, I was not a part of it. We get like a 3-minute countdown until the bombs all explode, so we really have to hurry. Thankfully, you can just run around all the zombies and place the bombs and then run away. I did this easily, and we blew up a huge nest and building full of zombies. Although I think those bombs would have been used better on the building Reyes is in. But what do I know? We return to the tram car where Raheem is, and we find that he has turned into a zombie since he actually got bit in his leg when we found him. Sadly, I had to kill his sorry ass and then went back and told the leader Brecken, but Jade was eavesdropping and heard about all of it. So basically, she knows now that I murdered her brother. Kyle Crane officially has negative Riz. We'll get him next time. Literally 2 minutes later, everything goes to hell, and I have to break into Reyes' compound so I can kill him and save Dr. Zier, who has been captured and has the cure for the infection. I finally reach him, and then Reyes just shows up from the damn shadows and shoots the poor old guy in the leg. Bro really got no moral code. His drunk uncle must have touched him as a little boy.
That's what I'm saying.
We get thrown into a pit, which is like the zombie WWE showdown because a ton of them just get released in, and I have to fight them with essentially nothing. After a while of fighting the easy zombies, we have a legit boss fight with this massive one, and I'm dying to know if that's Shaquille O'Neal under all that infection, because I know damn well someone looking like Michael Cera couldn't turn into that. The fight wasn't that hard, and I beat it like I beat my meat.
What?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Reyes then comes down from his little viewing platform and orders his soldiers to kill me since I won and wasn't supposed to. Out of nowhere, this son of a bitch just goes all out Spider-Man reflex on these poor soldiers and kills both of them and then chops off his hand. Sadly, Dr. Zaire got a knife in the chest during all the madness, and he is, well, he's dead. But we aren't, so we get to do the fun objective of running away from everything. But you can't escape the child support. I even got a trophy for beating this mission, and another called Trade Company for spending and using a lot of money within the shop system in this game. There's another location in Dying Light called Old Town, which is like this other map within the game's story. I didn't even know this existed when first booting up the game, but it was really nice to get a change of scenery. On the way there, you take a path through the sewers, and I got a trophy for running a lot on my journey, and then for using guns, which is a huge part of this game. We finally reached Old Town, and I got a trophy for getting there, which was quite difficult since it's nearing the end of the game. We link up with this really weird looking girl who needs to get a dermatologist ASAP, and she gives us a trophy because we talked to her like she wasn't ugly. My next objective was to find Michael in the sewers. Now I don't know about you, but that sounds like the best drug deal plot I've ever seen. I found him and he didn't have any weed, so we went to the top of the building instead. The goal was to blow up the building, but I reached a point where there was so many damn zombies, I just started to farm them like I was playing Call of Duty all over again. I killed so many of them without dying that I got a trophy. In my opinion, the creepiest part of this game is the baby zombies, since they just cry the whole time and it's honestly disturbing. I killed one of them and I feel no remorse because of the trophy I got. Then I killed some more zombies and leveled up my power level for another trophy. Blowing up the tower and it made a funny little face, which is what the trophy is called. On one of the last missions, we have to break into the Old Town Reyes base, which is in a museum, and it's one of the hardest and longest battles in this game. We start by nearly drowning for 20 minutes trying to sneak in, only to get caught like the second we step foot inside the place. Basically, you just have to fight all of his soldiers for like 30 minutes straight until you reach Jade and she gets bit by a zombie. Reyes gives you one cure and you have to make a choice between yourself or Jade. You go on an absolute trip. I don't know what kind of drugs Kyle Crane has been on, but Jesus, this was another level up out of this world. But at the end of it, we take the cure and then have to kill Jade, who is the last baddie on Earth. May God rest her soul. Reyes, being Reyes, decides to then send in all of his goons to kill me because you never leave loose ends after the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. I got super lucky here and sort of died, but didn't die, and beat the fight, getting a trophy after all. The outside world is convinced everyone is a zombie inside of Haran and Old Town, meaning we have to climb a radio tower and contact them before they literally blow up everything with fighter jets. I did that and we barely got away from certain death and doom, receiving another trophy. We then reached the other doctor's safe place, Dr. Camden, getting a trophy for that also. After he talks to us about the cure he is making, we try to leave the place, but it's nighttime and I decided to farm some zombies for a trophy. And I even killed the Volatile, which is the game's hardest enemy in my opinion, since they are literally athletic beings of a new level and existence. Now we have reached the final mission in the game's main story, where we have to climb a tower and confront Reyes before he escapes with the GRE to use the cure to make money. After lots of intense fighting with the man, we finally kill him and I'm overjoyed with happiness, getting another trophy for beating the game, and now it's time to go back and do all the side quests and basically just a ton of stuff I didn't do since I sped through this game. I targeted the end of this game's trophies by focusing on the side quests, but also trying to do combat challenges within them. I got a trophy for electrocuting some zombies all at once, and then for leveling up my agility to the needed level for a trophy. I then farmed a ton of the combat skills that you unlock within, which I never used since it's not really any better than just shooting zombies in the head with a shotgun. Safe zones are scattered all throughout Haran and Old Town, but getting all of them unlocked wasn't really a challenge at all since they appear on the map when they are available, and there isn't very many of them. So I got that trophy without any trouble. Next, I retrieved lots of disaster relief packages, which is a big item that you deliver to the drop master. In return, you get a ton of survivor XP. And then I crafted 100 blueprints for a crafting trophy, which wasn't hard because you have to craft a ton of the game anyway. I also crafted a sword with a fire effect on it, and apparently that was Gabriel's sword, but we all know that anybody named Gabriel has either a small dick or is gay. I then used that fire sword to hit a zombie and catch it on fire. Then it fell into a trap and got skewered to death. Reaching a new survivor level by delivering a huge drop to the drop master gave me a trophy as well. Bolters, which are the only zombie in the game that is afraid of people, only come out at night and just feed on the earth in the same spot every day. Anyways, I touched 5 of them from behind and got a trophy, which is a different outcome than with the kindergarten children. And after around 20 hours of playing this game, I finally achieved the Mount Everest trophy, which is gotten by climbing an insane amount of height, and I was shocked because usually this is the last one you get. The co-op challenges in this game are literally one of the most retarded I've ever seen. I hate online trophies, and you have to do a ton of quests with the same 3 people, and I got a trophy for doing one quest. I don't even know what the quest was since I was just walking around a quarantine zone. I did, however, get 3 people to join me after an hour of asking viewers to help. So if you guys want to be in a video or just help me out with a trophy here and there, please join the Discord so you know when I'm playing whatever game I am for a video. While trying to get the annoying co-op trophies, I finished every single side quest in the game, and then got the Polyamory trophy, which is arguably the hardest in the game since you need a good group of players to do it. Once that one was done, I thought my white ass was in the clear, and now I just had to grind a little bit more. But it would be easy Or so I thought. I saved 15 survivors from zombies, finishing all the quarantine zones, and then got the remaining co-op trophies with the help of a friend and viewer of mine. I grinded the electric fence trophy, blinding volatiles trophy, and then finally the light trap trophy. I only had a few trophies left, and one of them was the Italian plumber, which was shockingly easy to get, but my only plumber is still going to be Johnny Sins no matter how Italian you get. Before the final trophy I needed, I got all the collectibles and then did 15 challenges, which I almost broke another controller over, since the parkour in this game is good, but sometimes just fails and drives me insane. Homo Homini Lupus Est. I don't know how the hell you say this trophy's name, but the only important part of it is the homo part, because goddamn, the devs were right. This trophy is gay as hell. You have to save 15 survivors from Reyes' men, which is an on-the-go event that appears as a blue radio sign at random times. What makes this trophy so amazingly frustrating and complete RNG is because it's the rarest event in the game and has very limited spots it can show up. It's nearly impossible to happen on Old Town, so you must return back to early on in the story to do it. Even with all the various methods and strategies on how to get it at the most likely chance possible, it still won't show up every time, or even close to that. I spent 6 hours straight of my life trying to do this trophy, and I literally almost lost it. Like, I'm not joking when I say this. The trophy might be the most stupid thing I've ever had to do in a game. Like, it's literally just luck. That is all it is. But I did get it eventually, and was so happy I thought about kissing a dude. But just because that trophy was gay, doesn't mean I have to be. I got the platinum for Dying Light, and if you want to see me do Dying Light 2, which is even worse, let's get this video to 3,333 likes. Thank you for watching.